wonder how many people actually take these home. I feel like the crumpet is basically tasteless. It wasn't worth the money. Good morning from Manchester Airport. I'm speaking very quietly because it's literally 4:30 in the morning. But today I am flying business class on what is apparently the world's best airline, Qatar Airways. I have flown with Qatar Airways before, but only in economy, and to be fair, they were actually quite good there. I have heard so many good things about Qatar Airways just in general, but their business class specifically. They do have a Q suite, which apparently is the best of the best, which I don't think I will be flying today, but to be honest, it's a bit of a lottery because they have about 7 or 8 different types of business class, and some are kind of better than others, so I'm crossing my fingers for one of the better ones. But yeah, either way, it doesn't matter what the flight is. It's business class and it's on Qatar Airways, so the service, the food, all of that should be the same. So regardless, I'm looking forward to this flight. Plus, the only reason I'm on this flight right now is because of air miles. There's no way I would be able to actually afford this flight. I'm still at the Holiday Inn just over the road from Terminal 2, and I just want to get in there and sort my stuff out. I've never flown from Terminal 2 before. I've never even flown from Manchester Airport, so I don't even know where I'm going. So I need to figure all of that out, get checked in, do bag drop, all of those things, and start this flight. Literally just come out the hotel. It's pitch black. They probably could do with putting a light here, but anywho, that doesn't matter because I'm going on my holidays. That hotel is actually so handy. That's it, literally there, the Holiday Inn, and you walk across the street and then you're at the terminal, or Terminal 2 at least. Absolutely no idea where I'm going. Found the board. Right, what are we at? 7:45. Desk open. F3 to F7. Let's do this. This airport is actually massive. There's so many zones. Obviously, my ones are right at the very end. I have done bag drop, but it's like all self-service, so I actually don't think there's a separate queue for like business class. Wait. I can see a business class thing. Let me just show you the difference in queue sizes. I'm so glad I'm not in economy today. Basically, over here, that's where you do your like bag tag and things like that and get your boarding passes. This is economy, and over there is business class, which looks very quiet indeed. Thank you. That's not bad considering my allowance is literally 50 kg. I mean, who is even using all that? Turns out when you fly business class from here, you don't need to use the like self-check-in machine things, which, I mean, how was I supposed to know that? Like, there's no signs at all that say that you don't need to do that, but it doesn't really matter because I went pretty much straight to the front of the queue. The lady was very nice, much nicer than the guy who's like helping economy passengers at that like self-bag drop thing. So already I can see how differently you get treated depending on the class you fly, which is crazy. Like, I had a very good experience with Qatar Airways previously when I flew out of London, all good. I suppose you don't know until you fly a different class with them, I guess. Anyway, I'm just going to go straight through to departures. I do have lounge access with this, so that's always a win. It's not a Qatar Airways one though, it's like a contract one or something like that. I don't know if it's also a priority pass lounge. If it is, it's probably going to be kind of busy, but you know, see when we get in there. On my boarding pass, I've actually got fast track security as well, and I never have that. I just refuse to pay for it, to be honest. So I'm going to go through security and then pick this video back up on the other side. Okay, just got through security. Oh my God, what a complete faff. I said to them, I've got fast track. They're like, what, you've got fast track? I said, yes, I'm flying in business class. Like, they told me to come here and they said, oh, just join the normal queue. It's all the same. I was like, well, what's the point of fast track then? I get to the thing and I say, this is fast track, yeah? Because they told me to come here. And they said, no, what, you have fast track? I'm like, so I just couldn't even be bothered. I just went to the normal queue. It wasn't busy, luckily, but I feel like if that was busy, that would be really annoying. I've not actually paid specifically for the fast track, even though some people do. And that could be, I don't know, maybe £10 or something. I've never paid for it, so I don't know what it actually costs. But not the best start. But it isn't actually Qatar Airways' fault, so I won't judge them on that. Made it through all the duty free, but it's not really duty free, is it? Like, I don't even think they do that anymore. It's just still called duty free, but it's the same price as the high street. Anyway, going to the lounge. 1903, 1908, some sort of lounge anyway, and just see what that's like. A lounge is a lounge at the end of the day, so I just hope it's not busy. I've decided to sit in this corner. I just like being out of the way, and there's absolutely no one else here. But if you go just past this like wall of sort of decoration, everybody else is sat there. I guess the reason people are sat over there is because of the windows, but it's pitch black. You can't do any flame spotting at all. It's absolutely nothing you can see. You can just see your own reflection. They've actually got quite a few things here. I'm just getting something basic, just got a coffee, a bit of food. I don't really have breakfast, to be honest. But when you come in, this 1903 escape lounge is like a combined thing. So if you're on priority pass, I think you go to the escape bit, and then business is this one. At least that's what it made it seem. And this is actually a lot quieter than I thought it would be if it was, you know, like a combined lounge. So that's quite nice. Another thing where I think this is just for business class passengers is the alcohol variety they have here. I personally don't drink, but even I can appreciate that's a pretty good selection. Oh, coffee is actually very nice. I got a flat white. Very nice indeed. It is quite quiet at the moment. I've just found this corner and there's absolutely no one else in this little section. Beyond that, just through there is another bar area. It's just duplicated to what you have over here though.
It's Qatar Airways flight QR022 departing to Doha. Carry on passengers.
I've never actually flown from here before, so it gives me like anxiety because you just don't even know where you'll go in. I can't even see a sign for the gates. Found a sign, so that's good. All right, it's up here. I think it's like, yeah, 10-minute walk. Just called up the business class passengers, so I'm just going to join that queue in a second.
Zone 1 is on this side, please. Yeah, them two. Zone 1, are you in zone 1, madam?
Business class?
Business, yeah.
Thank you. They do not expect me to be flying in business.
Hello, you okay?
Hiya.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely flight.
Thank you. I felt so awkward. People just looking at me like, why are you in that other queue? And it even said, oh, are you zone 1? I'm like, oh my God, I need to dress smart or something for my next flight. Hiya. Thank you. Made it on board, and I have my own little section thing. I don't think this is Q Suite, because I think Q Suite goes the other way or something like that. But still, this is definitely one of the better business classes that you can get. I've got my own little door, and I think that stays open for takeoff and landing and all of that. But very nice so far. I think I'm going to properly explore this seat and all of that when I'm in the air, because it's literally massive. It's massive compared to economy, that is. The first few things that I've got like this, I think that's bedding and a blanket thing. I've got a pillow. The pillow says Bangkok on it, which is my final destination. I don't know if that's just a complete fluke, that that's what's on my pillow, or if they actually put your final destination on the pillow. Either way, I feel like it's quite cool. Have a nice welcome drink. It's only orange juice as well. It's flipping sharp, but you know, anyway. Amenity Kit, I'll go through that when we're actually in the sky. And not that I know, because I have flown business class literally maybe twice before, which is more than most, and I am very grateful to have done that. But I had actual hot towels before, whereas on this one, we've got this. It's like a refreshing towel. I think if you were actually paying cash for this, you might have something to say. Certainly my experience so far, if I was paying the cash price, which I looked at, and it was I think £3,500, if I was paying that and I had this experience so far, I'm not sure I would have been happy paying that price. That said, I obviously didn't pay that price. I've used air miles, but still, I think it's good to keep in mind the actual cost of this, because if you had paid £3,500 and you had all of that stuff with the fast track and, or, you know, are you fast track, are you sure? And then boarding, oh, you know, zone 1's over there, well no, I'm actually business class. It's not great, is it really? But, you know, that's just my opinion. The flight hasn't really started yet. The actual experience, I think, starts when we're in the air. As long as the food is good, the staff, all of that, then I will be absolutely happy. The staff have been really, really nice. I've got my drink and welcome me on board, all of those things. But yeah, flight's like 6 or 7 hours, something like that. I actually don't even know. But across to Doha, so plenty of time for me to see what this business class experience is like, because so many people say it's the best one you can do. Not that I have much to compare it to anyway. Because I'm normally in economy, you just sort of get on board the flight and you're basically done, like you're boarding complete. But because I was one of the first to board on this, I actually got loads of spare time, I think like 20 minutes or something till takeoff. So I'm gonna have a look at the breakfast menu to see what we can get. Here it is. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but some fresh orange juice, a smoothie, Greek yogurt thing, that's not really for me. Fresh fruit cereals, and then like there's a few main courses, so mushroom frittata, toasted crumpets, porridge, or chia porridge actually, and a French toast with a pistachio thing, and then something from the bakery, and then there's a light meal later. I'm not really sure what to have. One thing I do know about Qatar Airways business class is that it's dine-on-demand, so you can eat whenever you want, whatever you want, and I think as much as you want. Not that I'm going to exploit that or anything, but I know some other airlines do it, so it's not like the only airline that will do dine-on-demand, but I have done British Airways business class, which was like one meal service, and like that's what you get basically. So yeah, I think I can eat whenever I want on this flight, and I'll probably just eat straight after takeoff, to be honest, if I can. There is also this wine list, and I don't drink, so none of this means anything to me, but if anyone happens to be interested, there's like some sort of champagnes, some white wines, rosé, red wines, dessert wines. I mean, I don't know anything about alcohol, but I would assume these are probably the best of the best. I got the menu from this section here. What else we got? Waist bag or zip bag probably, and a safety card for this Boeing 787-9. I'll tell you what, since being on here, people just keep coming up to you, giving you things. I've just had this, a date. I've never actually tried dates, so I'm going to keep it in the packet for now, might try it later. I'm not really hungry, to be honest, because I had enough in the lounge and I don't really eat breakfast anyway, so I'm going to save that one for later. But they just keep giving you different things, and I think I'm next for my breakfast order, so I better place that now. Just did my breakfast order. I've gone for fresh fruit, the crumpets with mushrooms, and a pastry basket or something like that. I don't know. It's literally all gone so quick. Took my order, and then the next thing, I think Arabic coffee or something. I don't think I've had this before. It's kind of mild. It tastes like tea mixed with coffee, if that makes sense. It's alright actually. Yeah, I don't mind that. I just finished the Arabic coffee, and I think upon reflection, this is probably supposed to be enjoyed with the date. I'm just not refined enough to know that, I don't think. That's probably why they were wondering why I was going to the business class queue. Might as well try this out. Oh, it smells nice. It's like a light floral thing. It's quite nice. Very refreshing. They've just said boarding is complete, but we are slightly delayed because we've got a later slot or something like that, and normally in economy I'm thinking, oh, let's just get going with it, but they said it could be 45 minutes extra just sat here. But obviously being in business class, I really don't mind, because then I can get my money's worth. And he said, oh, I'm going to try and get an earlier slot, and I'm just sat here thinking, yeah, don't worry about getting that earlier slot. I feel sorry for the economy people, but I have been there, so I've powered through that before. So I really want to enjoy this for as long as I possibly can. Now in the air, takeoff has happened, and honestly even more free stuff has been handed out. Pyjamas, I kind of expected it, but I didn't at the same time because it's like a day flight, but I'm gonna have it anyway. Might as well shut this now. Not bad. I know for a lot of people that fly business class regularly, this is just, you know, anything, you know, it's like something you expect, but as someone who just pretty much only flies in economy, this is a very big luxury to me. Where Qatar Airways have several different business classes, some without a door, like some are completely open to everything, the fact that you're paying potentially, you know, £3,500 or more, and you could end up with this seat or a really exposed one, I think that's kind of, I don't know, is that a bit bad? If I paid, not that I have £3,500, but if I paid £3,500 for business class, I would at least want it to be this one. I don't think the door actually stays open, to be fair. We are going through turbulence though. I don't know if the camera really detects that, but the door doesn't stay shut. We are going through some turbulence, so no one's going to be serving any breakfast or anything at this point, so I might as well go through this amenity kit and see what I've got. It's like a zip with a fold over thing. The bag itself is handy enough, to be honest, but there are things inside. Okay, I've got a diptyque QR code. I think it's just marketing. Diptyque eau de toilette natural spray. Might as well give it a go. I think I'm going to spray it on this little thing in case I don't like the smell of it. It's alright, it's quite mellow. Like, I do not know how to describe this flavour though, but I would say neutral, you know, it's not something you'll be like, oh god no, or oh my god yes. This bag has a couple of things in it, so I'll crack it open. Let's have some lotion, some face cream, and a nourishing lip balm, or diptyque once again. A bag of silica, probably don't use that. And then socks and an eye mask. I'll have a look at the eye mask, see what that's like. Actually, first of all, I've got the socks, and they are quite soft to be fair. Maybe not that premium. I don't know. I don't really fly like this often, so I don't know if this is the sort of thing you normally get, but I feel like my normal ones from like Primark are maybe better. I don't know. And then the eye mask, it looks really big. It covers like, I don't know, wrapped around my whole head or something, but you know, it's all right. It's one of those like, I don't know what this type of material is, but it's not like pure cotton. Again, like the one I have at home is just like pure cotton. I probably will just still use that one. Is that bad to say? And then earplugs. I feel like I was maybe expecting toothbrush and toothpaste. Again, I know it's a daytime flight, but I've got pyjamas. Before I forget about it, I'm going to actually try this date. Never know, might like it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, the service on here is so good. But yeah, the service has already started. This is a pineapple margarita, which is a mocktail. It looks quite good, to be fair. I don't really know what I was expecting. I've literally not had a normal margarita, so. But yeah, let's give it a go. Really salty. I know it's supposed to be, but anyway, once you're past that, the actual drink is very nice. Cheers. I've also got this wireless charging thing, and it does work. It took me ages to figure out, because when you do that, it doesn't work. You have to pull it down. You don't have this in economy, you see. But in here, I have Oryx One headphones. They look quite good. And a bottle of water. I have to say, so far, the service has definitely met and exceeded my expectations, because you know when you hear people say on like videos and reviews, oh, the service is so good, and you just think, is it? And then you expect a lot. I feel like I definitely expected a lot, but it has been really good. And the guy has somehow remembered my name, even though he's got this whole section. He has remembered my name, so shout out to Andreas. Amazing service. Last couple of things, you've got this for the headphones, charging, and this, like, I don't know, what do you call that? It looks like a PSP. Press that, and then it's, yeah, for the TV. Just gonna see what entertainment they have. Movies, TV, audio and games. What movies are there? Let's have a look at the best. I mean, I'm just not up to date because I don't recognise any of these. Oh, Frozen 2. Yeah, I heard of that. But this is apparently the best of the best. To go back, we've got Hollywood, Arabic, Bollywood, world cinema, movies by different languages, accessible movies. Let's see what's on Hollywood. I've not really looked that much, but there are quite a few options on here. Not sure what to watch. I did try and watch that one time on a flight, but I actually fell asleep. Your trip. Map. Alright, there we go. This is the route. We've only just started. That's how far we are. We're, what, just about over France, maybe? Yeah, standard. How do I get out? There we go. Yes. Connecting gate. I don't know if there'll be any information on it. Yeah, unavailable, but that is quite good because I'm connecting, like most people probably are, in Doha to something else. Just when you think you have finished exploring the whole seat, you find something else. I've literally got this tripod balanced on my lap, so I hope it doesn't fall. Okay, guessing that's do not disturb. Footrests back, footrest up, take off, lounging maybe, and then sleep. I'm going to give those a go shortly. I know I've only been sat in the seat for a bit, but it is quite comfy, to be honest. Oh yeah, it's like an adjustable headrest thing. I've got 2 pillows. This one is noticeably like fluffier, bigger, whatever. Better. I wonder how many people actually take these home. Like, I'm not going to do that, but people must do it. I think literally everyone has requested to have their breakfast as soon as, like, we're in the air, which, yeah, I think most people have requested that, me included, to be fair. But yeah, the tray table's actually all right. It's one of those ones where you pull it out and it will swivel like to the side. So if you want to get up and go to the toilet or something mid-meal, you just push it forward and you can do that. So that's not bad. Honestly obsessed with that drink. Once you get past the salt, pineapple margarita, very good. Okay, breakfast is served. I have the seasonal fruit, some jam, butter, I think, maybe cream, and a pastry basket. Like literally a whole basket of it. I thought you would just pick one, but you get the whole thing. A little fake candle thing. I quite like that, to be fair. And some water. So let's see how it tastes. very fresh. I mean, it's fruit, but it is fresh fruit. It hasn't been lying around. Blueberries are actually crunchy. Did not expect that on a plane. I don't know if you can hear that, but they are crunchy. It's just a fruit plate. It's all very good. I'm going to finish the fruit in a minute. I just want to try these pastries. Actually warm. Right, I'm going to try this pistachio something. I thought you could only order one, so this is the one I requested, but they were like, oh, just bring in the whole basket, so why not? Oh my god, this is amazing. I love anything in pistachio. This is really good. That breakfast was honestly so good. And come to think about it, this was like the starter, and I still have the crumpet thing, and I'm actually full, to be honest. I had the fruit and the pistachio pastry thing, which was, honestly, that is one of my favourite pastries that I've ever had, I think. The flavour on that was so good. I wish I just had like 3 of them now, but anyway. I've still got this flipping croissant and a bread roll thing. I'm literally so full already, but I feel like I have to on this flight to get my money's worth. I say my money's worth. I use points, but you know what I mean. The main course for this breakfast has arrived. I don't think I've ever had a 3-course breakfast before. So yeah, I've got the garlic, I think, mushrooms with spinach on the crumpets and a thing of ketchup. And it is the Heinz one, actually. So pretty good. Let's see what this one's like. I feel like the crumpet is basically tasteless. I'm definitely not a food critic or anything. The crumpet doesn't even have butter, I don't think. So, yeah, I don't really get that. But mushrooms are nice. And obviously it's nice having, you know, actual cutlery. It's on a real plate. Things like that. I have to say, having flown economy with Qatar Airways, the economy food is also good. And you do get real cutlery there, actually, as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what I was expecting. Maybe it's because it's a breakfast thing. I feel like breakfast isn't great on an aeroplane anyway. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I think I'm done with my breakfast now. I am quite full, so that is the main thing. But, I mean, in terms of, like, choices, aside from this, there was a mushroom frittata, chia porridge, or French toast. I feel like I probably should have gone with the French toast, but I don't want loads of, like, sweet things, so, oh well, you win some, you lose some. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. Would I have it again? No. Also, I'm pretty sure I've got, like, half of the breakfast still stuck in my teeth, so not ideal. Food service is all done, everything's packed away, and they've like dimmed the lights, this, I don't know, blue tinge. I think it's to get you to sleep or something like that, I don't know. I did finish my drink, but he just brought me another one. Fair play. Yeah, of all things, I'm watching NCIS Sydney. Didn't even know that was even a show, but I am gonna quickly pop to the bathroom now. I'm gonna see what that's like. Made it to the toilet, and I feel like this is noticeably bigger than if you're in economy. I've no idea how to actually articulate how big this is, but it is bigger. I am seeing the toothbrush and toothpaste. That makes sense why it's not in the little kit. Nice soap, some more diptyque creams and lotions and stuff, but overall it's not too bad. Also, I don't think I've ever been on a plane where there's actually a window in the bathroom and you can see the engine right there. It's got one of those like sensor flushes, so you don't actually have to press the button. That is always appreciated. And then one of those pedal openers, whatever you call that. If you were ballsy enough in economy, you could absolutely just come into this toilet and use it. But I don't know, maybe they do police it somehow. coffee, and I've also got a little individually wrapped mint, so why not? Not bad. I have to say, you know, when you hear people saying about business class and all of these things, you have that expectation, which, to be honest, I did. You know, it's not always a good thing, because then you think, well, if it doesn't meet the expectation, you're going to be let down. But the service has been so good on here. I don't even know how I'm going to go back to economy after this. I really don't. I did debate putting on the pyjamas, but I'm not tired. You know, like, my body clock still thinks it's, like 10 a.m. or something like that. So I've just woken up, and I feel like if I go to sleep, I might make my jet lag worse or something. I don't know. But I'm not tired yet, so I'm going to finish this drink, watch a bit more of this NCIS show, and just, maybe have a nap later, but I probably won't actually fully sleep on this flight. I don't know if it's me because I'm a bit of a snowflake or something, but my hands really dry out on planes. I don't know why, but luckily I've got some of this, so I'm just going to quickly use that. See if it's any good. Oh, this cream smells like expensive. This is definitely coming home with me. I wonder how many people get these, like, amenity kits, but just literally never use anything in it. I feel like I'm actually going to get used out of most of this stuff. I decided to have a bit of a nap after all. I think it's only been about 40 minutes maybe, and I've woken up with turbulence. I don't know if the camera will detect that, but there is a bit of turbulence at the moment. I am a side sleeper, and I did try that, and it is reasonably comfy, to be fair. My hip did hurt a bit, which maybe the mattress topper, if that was there, might have fixed, but I don't know. Not long really until we actually land. I think there is more food available, but you just sort of ask if you want it. I'm not actually hungry, so I'm literally fine with that. But I think I am going to see if I can get a coffee or something, just to wake me up a bit more. Iced latte now. I didn't actually expect them to be able to do iced lattes on a plane, but I don't know, let's give it a try. It's not bad actually. It's quite strong, but in a good way. It's not super weak or anything. Yeah, there's about 2.5 hours left. My screen says 2.5 hours left. So yeah, 2.5 hours left of this flight, and so far it's gone really quick, to be honest. There's always something going on. They're offering you food, snacks. I don't know. I feel like the time just passes quicker when you're sat in business class. Obviously, I paid with points for this, so I'm not really out of pocket for £3,500. I just don't know if it's worth that money. I really don't. It is a really nice, way to fly and all of that, but I can't help but feel like we all get there at the same time anyway. And yeah, it's nice to have the extra room, but I just don't think I would ever pay that much money for it. Based on the experience from Manchester, at least, the airport and check-in process was really a bit annoying, to be honest. There was no organisation. I didn't know that I could just go to this, business class check-in desk that was basically hidden. You couldn't see it when you walked in. The lounge was alright, to be honest. Not the best, not the worst. I think it's quite good though that they separate priority pass customers from business class, because I feel like it would be really busy in there. Even for £55, there's going to be people paying that, and people just using their priority pass. I have that as well, so if I wasn't flying business or anything today, I could have just got in anyway, but only to that separate bit. So the boarding was alright. Obviously they were like, oh, zone 1's over there, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm flying business class. I don't know, maybe it's the outfit I'm wearing is what it is. I don't mind. I got on the plane eventually, but the main thing I was looking forward to was the actual onboard experience. The seat is obviously loads more room than economy, The staff are really good as well. They, when they see that you've got an empty drink, they will be like, oh, do you want another one of that? And they'll remember what you had. And they remember your name. I do like that because it does feel premium then. The food was okay, but I feel like it's really difficult to get a good breakfast on a plane. I don't think I've ever had a good breakfast on a plane, like full stop. It doesn't matter what I'm flying. This one was alright. To be honest, just the fruit would have been fine. I might actually get some more fruit by the end of the flight. I don't know, we'll see, because that was really nice. My overall score for this would be like 8 out of 10. There was loads of really good bits, but I feel like there could be improvements. This seat is obviously nice and big, but it's showing its age slightly. There's a bit of wear and tear here and there. Rhymes. Anyway, yeah, just from however old this plane is. I feel like the main area of improvement that can make this whole thing a 10 out of 10 would actually be to do with the lounge. And fair enough, you can't get Qatar Airways branded lounges everywhere. And if you flew out of Doha, you probably wouldn't think this. But if you booked this exact flight for £3,500 and you paid that cash price and that was your lounge and ground experience, I would feel like it wasn't worth the money. Thinking from a points redemption standpoint, this was a complete bargain. To the point, when I booked it quite a few months ago now, I was convinced it was some sort of glitch. Because I've been saving up my Amex points for ages. I buy, like anything I buy online, I buy through the BA Club thing to get Avios that way. And I've just been like saving them up pretty much just to find a business class redemption. And then when I found this, which was business and then a first class flight for 75,000 points, I honestly was convinced they were going to email me and say, sorry, it was a glitch, we can't actually honour that flight. But this does seem to be quite a cheap route if you do business and first class. If I did business class the entire way, it was something like 140,000 points, which if you think about it, I suppose that is good as well. 70,000 points per leg of the journey, which is still good, that would be a good redemption. I guess a final crucial question is, would I fly with Qatar Airways again in business class? 1,000,000%. If money was no object, I would just pay, whatever for this. Really nice. I've not got much to compare it to. I've flown the BA business, which was alright, the staff are always nice on there, but I feel like BA as an organisation isn't the best anymore. You don't get much back for what you pay, if that makes sense. Their whole loyalty scheme has changed and it's basically just about the money. I've also flown Emirates business class and that was amazing. That is like on par with this, to be honest. Qatar Airways saying they are the world's best airline. I don't know how true that is. I've not really flown loads of airlines, but it is certainly up there. Oh, flipping heck. Got a bit of turbulence now. Better hold on to my iced coffee. I've ordered this like mozzarella something. I basically think it's like cheesy dipper type things because it's like dine-on-demand or whatever. So I'm just going to give that a go. Want to get my money's worth, Right, the meal has arrived. I say meal, it's like a light snack. It's basically 3 oversized cheese dippers. That's how I would explain that. But, I don't know, let's give it a try. This is amazing. I thought it was going to be, at McDonald's, you get those cheesy dippers, chili cheese bites, all of that. If you have too many of them, you feel physically sick. These are not heavy at all. I can see why they give you 3 now. These are, oh my god, these are so good. That was such a good flight, absolutely worth that redemption, no question about that at all. So let me try and find this lounge.